Hop Odysseys. It's a beautiful fall day in New England, and today we're going to talk to you about the vehicles, my Surly Bridge Club and the Ram ProMaster by Blue Ridge Adventure Vehicles that take us to those breweries that make those videos. Come on in and look at the van. Hey, so now we're going to put up this Fiamma awning. Watch how well this goes. Voila! You can make it as long as you want to do. You can make it out further. I've got a support unit to get out here. Lawn chairs here. Table on the outside. This really cool sliding screen door that's right here. Keeps us nice and bug-free and a lot of ventilation. Both seats swivel in this van, and this came with the van with this model. If you get an aftermarket kit, it'll raise the seats a couple extra inches, and if you're taller than me, it'll make some problems with visibility through the windshield. This is great. This also has a custom little desk, so if you're on the road a lot in this van and this needs to be where you work, put your laptop here, your book there, and so on. Pretty slick. The van came with a pretty good table that goes in between here, but my buddy made me a custom Hop Odysseys table. So when we eat in the van, we can be eating on this. Watch me set it up. Table leg goes here. Table goes on top. And depending on where you're sitting, you can spin it a little bit either direction. Pretty slick. You got sweet legal seats for passengers in the back. Fold up. Room for storage underneath. Got a sink here. Pump for water. Nice big Novacool refrigerator, way bigger than I even thought, although my wife thinks it's just perfect. Nice countertop for preparing food. A queen bed in the back with a fan over it to blow on our heads. Now, this is the ProMaster, which is wider than the Transit and wider than the Mercedes. I'm 5'11" and I can fit across here. My wife is 5'1", so she obviously can fit across there. You can see behind the bed, we've got an outlet that's there. We've got an outlet which is over here above the sink and stove area. We've got outlets literally everywhere, underneath the seats, underneath the back. Fitting widthwise across the back of the bed, which is nice. What about ventilation? Well, this little side window opens up, doesn't look like much. However, you combine it with this vent and fan on just over the bed, and you get cold, cool air sucking in through the door up across us into here, and it's been great. All sorts of blackout curtains and shades. This in the back hangs up between the two back doors and actually acts as a shower curtain. These are the various windows in the van. Bike storage is a big deal for me. I wanted to keep my bike inside, didn't want it to get stolen. I'd had a bike stolen a couple years back. This is a Ceres flat rack that's made for the back of a pickup or the inside of a van. Fits perfectly here. Bike back there, so the wheel comes off. Bike up, split underneath. Anchored in with a quick release. And this is basically an alternative to a sliding tray, which I didn't feel like putting in here, and this works really, really well. There's Power Central, lithium battery, inverter, monitor, and it's powered on top by 3 solar panels, which feeds the juice down here. On top of the power pack, I'll have storage, and that's cable netting there that keeps stuff in place when we're driving on the road. And this is more storage on the other wheel well. I got these high-powered lights off the roof rack and these high-powered lights off the front. I thought, when am I ever going to use these? Until this past summer when we checked into our campground in the pitch black, and I had no idea how I could see what campsite I was in until I turned these front ones on, and they were actually invaluable. So how does it drive? Like a bus. I tell people it's getting me ready for another career as a bus driver. Gets about 16 miles to the gallon. One really good thing about it is you can parallel park this model in a city street parking space, which can't do with anything else. So this is the 18-foot model versus the longer 20-foot model. Of course, if you get it longer, you can fit more things in, like a closet, a fixed toilet maybe, and other things, but this has been just right for us. Hey, so what's the story behind this? Well, I had always wanted to get something, and I would call it my RV, my retirement vehicle. But I ended up getting this a couple years before I retired, which means I haven't even retired yet. We were down in Asheville, North Carolina, trying to find a place that did these, and I met Thomas Coffey of Blue Ridge Adventure Vehicles, and this was his prototype. And I'd been on the internet for about a year trying to figure out what I wanted, and my wife saw this and said, buy this van and get off the internet. So we took it around cross country 2020, and everybody was looking at this, so they were jealous. So everything needs a name, and if you are Chariots of Fire people, this is VanJealous, because everybody who saw this was VanJealous. And everybody who saw my wife loving to be in here became wife jealous as well. So anyway, here's a pitch to Blue Ridge Adventure Vehicles and Thomas Coffey. Thank you. Great van.